Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong and welcome to Pointless. This is the quiz show where the questions have been asked to 100 people before the show and all our contestants have to do is come up with the answers those 100 people couldn't think of. Let's meet today's players. Couple number one.
Hello, I'm Charles. This is my friend Val, who's a colleague of my wife's. We come from Bedfordshire.
And couple number two.
Hi, I'm Nick, and this is my Aunt Jill, and we're from Kent.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Emma and this is my boyfriend Ads. We're originally from Sydney, but now we live in London.
And finally, couple number four.
Hello, I'm Richard, this is Dean, and we're workmates from London.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. We'll find out more about you throughout the show as it goes along, so that just leaves one more person for me to introduce, a veritable lighthouse of a man, guiding our contestants safely into the harbour of pointlessness. It's my pointless friend and yours, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hi, everybody. Afternoon. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you.
Oh, another good show last time. We had it, unlucky in the jackpot round, weren't they? Graham and Ian. Got 3 points, 2 points, 1 point in the jackpot round. Really, really unlucky. They were very good, weren't they?
Yeah.
So we've got a few new contestants today. Now, on the first podium, I was just talking to Charles and Val, and I was saying, how are you on podium one? And they said, yeah, we're absolutely fine on podium one. It's no problem at all. Unless the first round is a words round.
Luckily, it's not, though.
Well, you say that. I don't want to take the jeopardy out of our first round, but put it this way, Charles, Val, I'm ever so sorry.
I tell you what, Richard, it's a very southern show today.
Is it? We were a bit southern last time, weren't we, apart from Graham and Ian, who won?
I think you and I should redress the balance. Like, we should be a bit more northern for the show. Just when we talk to one another.
OK, well, look, if you are northern at any point, I shall join the train.
OK, good stuff. Well, thank you, Richard. All our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. Our contestants here need to find the obscure answers those 100 people didn't get. Now, of course, everyone's trying to find a pointless answer. This is an answer that none of our 100 people gave, and each time that happens, we will add 250 quid to the jackpot. As you will have gathered, Graham and Ian didn't win the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off with £5,500. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, in this first round, I'll take an answer from each of you, but there is to be no conferring. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be sent home. OK, our first category today is... words.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many words ending in R-O-W as they could. Words ending in R-O-W. Richard?
Oh, that's northern, is it?
Aye, that's right, aye.
Oh, that's terrific. That's really great.
Uh-huh.
I bet people at home are enjoying this.
Do you know what? I think they probably are.
I'm just wondering exactly where we're from.
I don't know where you're from.
I think, personally, I've travelled quite a lot.
I think you have.
I think I've travelled through Newcastle at some point, but apart from that, your guess is as good as mine.
All right now, Richard, explain the rules of the round.
For the rule explaining bit, I'm going to do it in my normal voice.
Oh, go on, Richard. Do it in your northern voice.
OK. We're looking for any word which has its own entry in the Oxford Dictionary of English, which ends in the letters R-O-W. No hyphenated words and no proper nouns, please. And we will not accept the word row itself. That would be ridiculous.
Oh. Thank you very much, Richard. Right, Val and Charles, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going to go first. Val. Val, welcome to the show. What do you do, Val? What fills your days?
I'm retired now. I look after my grandson. But when I'm not doing that, I like gardening, or I've got Tudor doll's house, 1/12 scale, and I make things for that.
Wow, very good indeed. Anyway, Val, the time has come. We need a word ending R-O-W.
Sparrow.
Sparrow, says Val. Sparrow. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said sparrow. It's right. Very quiet. 13. Very well done, Val. 13 for sparrow. Good answer.
That wasn't too bad in the end, Val, was it?
It wasn't, no.
No, that was OK. You did really well.
Very good. Now, Nick, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. What do you do, Nick?
I work in digital marketing.
And what do you fill your time with when you're not doing that?
I like to live a fairly green lifestyle, so I grow my own veg and keep chickens in the garden and such like.
Very good. Now then, Nick, we want a word ending in R-O-W.
I am going to go with farrow.
Farrow. Farrow, says Nick. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said farrow. $14 for farrow.
It's a litter of pigs, is a farrow.
Thank you very much. Emma. Emma, welcome back to Pointless. What happened last time?
First round happened last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Inventions.
Yeah.
Inventions happened.
Yeah. Well, you didn't get anything wrong.
No.
Just teabag was a very high score.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
So, Emma, what do you think you're going to go for this time? What do you think?
Overthrow.
Overthrow. Very good indeed. Let's see how many of our 100 people said overthrow. That's a brilliant answer, Emma. Very well done. 2. Not quite pointless, but excellent nonetheless. 2 for overthrow.
That's much more like it, Emma. Very well done, yeah, to remove forcibly from power.
Thanks very much. Dean, welcome back to Pointless. Now, what happened with you last time?
Yeah, we did quite well. Got to the head-to-head.
You were the lowest scoring pair in the head-to-head.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
The Scottish airports let us down a bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Never mind. Listen, it's a new day, a new game. What are you going to go for?
I'd like eyebrow.
Eyebrow, says Dean. Let's see how many of our 100 people said eyebrow. Nine. 9 for eyebrow, Dean. Good score.
Yeah, another good score. Well done, and the clues are all there. You know, we're not supposed to say words. We should also have shaved our eyebrows off to make that harder for Dean to... 'cause he was looking straight at them.
Do this
I saw him really looking just above your eyes. I thought, what's Dean up to? And then I realised he was cheating. Such a shame, isn't it?
Thanks very much. We're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 2, the best score of that pass, Emma. Very well done indeed. I'd say Emma and Ads are looking pretty strong on the back of that. Then up to 9, where we find Dean and Richard. Up to 13, where we find Val and Charles. And Nick and Jill, just 1 point ahead of them on 14. So, yes, Jill, you are the high scorers, but not by very much. But a low score from you should keep you in the game. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? So, Richard.
Yes.
Richard, tell us what you like getting up to.
In my spare time, I like long-distance running, and I also read children's stories.
Now then, Richard, a word ending in R-O-W.
I'm going to go for highbrow.
Highbrow. So from eyebrow to highbrow. Well, you're on 9. The high score is on 14, Jill and Nick. So a score of 4 would mean that you didn't overtake them. Let's see if highbrow can do that for you. There's your red line. How many of our 100 people said highbrow? Very well done. 4. It's exactly what you wanted. 13 is your total. You are through to the next round. That's a great answer, Richard.
Highbrow's correct. Well done. There you go. That's better.
Ads. Ads, welcome back to the show. Now, remind us what you do, Ads.
I'm a graphic designer.
Do you do any particular kind of graphic design?
Yeah, so mainly digital design, working a lot with mobile and tablets, so lots of app design and mobile web design.
No, that sounds fun. Yeah. That sounds fun. And when you're not doing that, Ads, what do you like to get up to?
Well, living in London, love going out in London, love being on my bike, cycling, so tinkering with my bike.
OK, now, what about a word ending in R-O-W?
I'm going to go with sorrow.
Sorrow, you're saying. Now, the high scorers are still Jill and Nick on 14. You're on 2. So if you could possibly score 11 with Sorrow or less, you would definitely be in the next round. OK, there's your red line. Let's see if Sorrow can get you below it. It's right. $32. That is a high score. Adds 32 takes your total up to 34.
It is a hefty score, isn't it? It might not be the last one, because we are sort of slightly running out of words here, but parting may be sweet sorrow, you never know. I'm not buying Ads' accent either, are you? That
No,
Australian thing he's put on. I mean, it's nice of you to join in, but...
Try.
Thanks very much. Now then, Jill.
Hello.
Jill, welcome to the show. Now, we discovered, through what Nick said, that you are his landlady.
And his aunt.
And his aunt. This is good. What do you do otherwise when you're not looking after Nick?
I'm retired now. My husband and I took early retirement a couple of years ago, and we spend the summers on our narrowboat, cruising the British waterways.
Lovely. Good stuff. Now, what about a word ending in R-O-W?
Well, I hope this one isn't hyphenated, but I'm going for hedgerow.
Hedgerow, says Jill. Hedgerow. Now, you are on 14. The high score is on 34, Ads and Emma. If you can score 19 or less with hedgerow, you are through. That's what it looks like. There's your red line. Let's see if you can get below that. It's right. Very well done. Ooh, not quite. I was about to say very well done. 20, that scores you. Puts you on 34. You and Ads and Emma are tied. Joint high scorers.
Yeah, a rough or mixed hedge, typically bordering a road or a field, a hedgerow.
Good definition to have. Now then, Charles. Charles, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here from Bedfordshire. What do you do, Charles? What fills your day?
Well, I'm retired.
OK, Charles, what do you do with your retirement?
Well, I help out in the house and I do family tree research.
Oh, do you? So what do you look at? Parish records and things like that? Is that...
Yes, parish records, censuses, birth, marriages and death certificates, records of those. That can get you a long way.
Good stuff. Well, anyway, we need a word ending in R-O-W from you, Charles. You're on 13, incidentally. The tied high scorers, Jill and Nick, Ads and Emma, on 34. So if you can score 20 or less, that would see you through. Unless, of course, you score 21, in which case you can join them on 34. We can have a bit of a tie-break party.
Well, I'm going to take a chance on lowbrow.
Lowbrow, says Charles. There's your red line. Let's see if lowbrow gets you below that red line. It's right. You've done it. Oh, very well done indeed. 2. The joint lowest score of the round, Charles. Very well done. That takes your total up to 15.
That's very smart work, Charles. Well done. Yeah, and it's somehow apt that twice as many people knew highbrow as lowbrow.
Yeah. Isn't it? OK, now then, ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very exciting indeed. As it's a tie, the tied pairs have to give me one more answer each, and the pair that gets the highest score will be eliminated. You can now confer. So Jill and Nick, Ads and Emma, you are the tied pairs. Jill and Nick, you will go first.
We're going to go for yarrow.
Yarrow. OK, Ads and Emma, what are you going to go for?
Gonna take a risk. We're not sure it's a thing or a word, but overthrow worked out for us, so we're gonna try an underthrow.
Underthrow. We have yarrow, we have underthrow. Yarrow, is that something you've tried to grow, Nick?
I have, successfully.
Good. That narrows down what it might be. OK, yarrow. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said yarrow. Is right. Yarrow doing pretty well. Down it goes. 6. Very well done, Jill and Nick. That takes your total up to 40, which means Ads and Emma, you're on 34. You want to be scoring 5 or less to see yourselves into the next round. Underthrow. Overthrow? Brilliant. I'm trying to think how many regimes have been underthrown. Let's find out if underthrow is a word, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Underthrow. Oh, bad luck, Ads and Emma. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's an incorrect answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. Takes your total up to 134. And it means we have to say goodbye to you at the end of this round. I'm sorry.
That is tough. Like, you know, it sounds convincing. It's a perfectly good... It is a perfectly good one to go for. I have to say, quite often those words work out, don't they? We've had highbrow and lowbrow. You'd have just got through if you'd said middlebrow, which is, I think, what we are. Would have scored 1 point. Middlebrow and also monobrow would have scored you 1 point. Do you have a word?
I do. There's a legal term, I think, escrow. Escrow.
Escrow, absolutely. Would have scored you 3 points. Yeah. Very well played. Yeah. Very well played. There's a few pointless answers. There's a couple of throw words in here as well. But you weren't to know these ones, I suspect. Down throw, which is to do with rock formations. Fence row would have been a pointless answer. Fruit crow, which is the most delicious of all the crows. That would have been a pointless answer. Intergrow, that tends to be about crystals and how they grow into each other. Rest harrow, which is somewhere you rest your harrow. And up throw, which is if you're sick in the wrong order. All of those pointless answers. Let's take a look at the biggest answers, the ones that most of our 100 people said. Grow for 47. Brow for 54. And right at the top, crow there for 56.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the pair who'll be heading home with their high score of 134, I'm afraid it's Ads and Emma. It was round one last time. No. It's round one this time. Ads and Emma, it's been great having you on the show. Thanks so much for playing. Lovely contestants.
Thank you.
But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. And so now we are down to 3 pairs. And at the end of this round, we say goodbye to another pair in time for our head-to-head round. Well, best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 is music. Music. Can you all decide on your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns popular collaborations. Popular collaborations, Richard.
We're going to show you 6 songs on each pass, which are either duets or one act featuring another act. We'll give you the name of one of the acts and the name of the song. You just need to tell us the other act, please. There's going to be 12 in all to have a go at home, so best of luck.
OK, so we're looking for the artists who collaborated on these UK Top 40 singles. And here's our first board of 6. I'm Your Angel, Celine Dion. Especially for You, Kylie Minogue. Dilemma, Nelly. Je t'aime, moi non plus, Jane Birkin. Dancing in the Street, David Bowie. And History Repeating, Propellerheads. I'll read them all one last time. I'm Your Angel, Celine Dion. Especially for You, Kylie Minogue. Dilemma, Nelly. Je t'aime, moi non plus, Jane Birkin. Dancing in the Street, David Bowie. And History Repeating, Propellerheads. There we are. 6 singles that were collaborations with only one of the collaborators named. We need the other collaborator. Charles, you look pained.
I am pained. I know one of them, but I can't bring up the name of the other act. The others I don't know at all, so I'm pained. OK, well, listen, just take a deep breath and have a look down each one of those and see if anything springs to mind. I should know Je t'aime moi non plus, and I should know Especially for You, but I don't know either. Can't think, the name won't come. I'm going to say something silly because I can't think of anything else. Cliff Richard, Especially for You. Cliff Richard and Kylie Minogue on Especially for You. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. No, not so much. Although I'd like to hear it. That's an incorrect answer, Charles. That scores you the maximum of 100 points. I'm sorry. Tough board.
Yeah, nothing stupid about that, Charles. You had to go for something.
Now then, Jill. Jill, how's that board look to you?
There's one I think I know and another one I should know, but I'll go for Jane Birkin and Serge Gainsbourg.
Serge Gainsbourg. Or in a French accent.
Yes, please.
Serge... No, I mean, Gainsbourg. I think, no, as an anglicisation, I think you can say that. You are going to go for Serge Gainsbourg.
However, him.
Exactly, however, him. Serge Gainsbourg for Je t'aime, moi non plus. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. Still going down. 16. Look at that, Jill. Well done. 16's a great score.
That's a very good answer. Yeah, Serge Gainsbourg had number one.
Gainsbourg.
Yeah. In 1969 it was. The first ever non-English language song to be number 1. Also the first number 1 to be banned by the BBC due to its racy content.
Thanks very much, Richard. Now then, Richard, you're the last person to have this board. If you fancied it, you could talk us right the way through it.
I think I'm Your Angel might be Elton John. Especially for You, I think, is Jason Donovan. Dilemma, I think, might be Rihanna. Dancing in the Street, I know the chorus, but don't know who it was with. History Repeating could be Grace Kelly or Shirley Bassey, but I'm going to play it safe and go Jason Donovan, Especially for You.
Jason Donovan, you're saying, for Especially for You. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Jason Donovan. It's right. It's a high score, 65. It's right, though.
Yeah, it was Jason Donovan, Charles, was the answer to that one. Funnily enough, though, it was kept off Christmas #1 by Cliff Richard, by Mistletoe and Wine, so... Now, Richard, if you'd had to go for something for history repeating, what would you have gone for?
The whole round I was thinking Grace Jones. Changed at the last moment to Shirley Bassey, so I think I'd go with Shirley Bassey.
Well, you'd have just got yourself 4 points, because it's the correct answer. It's the best answer up there as well. Very well played. Now, Dancing in the Streets.
Mick Jagger.
Jagger, yeah. That would have been 48. I'm Your Angel, it wasn't Elton John. It was R. Kelly. Would have scored you 8 points. And Dilemma wasn't Rihanna, it was Kelly Rowland. And she would have scored you 26 points.
Thanks very much. We're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. 16, Jill. Very much the best score of that pass. Jill and Nick looking pretty strong at this stage. Then up to 65, a big hike up to Richard and Dean up there, although you did know a much lower score. There you are on 65, but I think you might be safe because there we go up to Charles and Val up there on 100. Quite a high score. And Val, it's going to require a really good low score from you on the next pass. Best of luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, let's put 6 more singles on the board, and here they are. We've got Kick It, Peaches, Endless Love, Diana Ross, As, George Michael, Say, 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 Paul McCartney, California Girls, Katy Perry, and Islands in the Stream, Kenny Rogers. I'll read those one final time. Kick It, Peaches, Endless Love, Diana Ross, As, George Michael, Say, 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 Paul McCartney, California Girls, Katy Perry, and Islands in the Stream, Kenny Rogers. There we are. Remember, we're looking for the artists who collaborated on these UK top 40 hits. And Dean, you need to find the lowest score on that board.
Could be tricky. There's one that I know, one that I could guess, but I've just got to go with the one I know. Endless Love, Diana Ross, Luther Vandross.
Luther Vandross, says Dean for Endless Love. Well, you want to score 34 or less to avoid overtaking the high score of Val and Charles. There's your red line. If you get below that, you're through. Luther Vandross, is that right? How many people said it, if it is? Oh, Dean, not Luther Vandross. Oh, Val. This is exciting. But Dean, I'm afraid that scores you the maximum of 100 points. Takes your total up to 165.
Yeah, sorry, Dean, you shouldn't have gone with the one you knew. You should have gone with one of the ones you didn't know. To be fair to you, he did actually do a version of that song with Mariah Carey.
Nick, listen, you're through to the head-to-head. Your worries are over for this round.
Thank goodness.
There we are. Oh, thank goodness. Come on, Nick, you know all this.
Oh, I thought I would, but, you know, there's a little bit of clouding in my mind going on there. Seeing as we're through, I'm going to try one that I think is a bit tricky. I'm going to go for As and say Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige, says Nick. Mary J. Blige. No red line for you. You're already through. But let's see if Mary J. Blige is right for As, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. It is right. It's a good answer, Nick. It's a very good answer. 6. 22 your total, Nick.
Well played, Nick. There's like a lovely oasis of calm on that middle podium in this round, isn't there? Yeah, that's a cover of the Stevie Wonder song. OK, now we have a game on our hands. Val, how confident are you feeling in this category?
Not at all. The only one that is possible is California Girls. I think this is going to be wrong. It's the Beach Boys.
OK, California Girls, says Val, the Beach Boys. Now, the high scorers are Dean and Richard on 165. You're on 164 or less. We'll see you through. There's your red line. Let's see if the Beach Boys is right for California Girls. Bad luck. Impeccable logic, Val, but I'm afraid an incorrect answer scores you the maximum of 100 points, takes your total up to 200. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Val. The Beach Boys did do California Girls, but they could spell.
Oh, well, yes.
And like this, you are going to kick yourself when I tell you who it is, though. It was Snoop Dogg, Val.
Oh, well, yes.
Oh, it's annoying, isn't it, when it's like...
Yeah.
Would have scored you... Snoop Dogg would have scored you 21 points if you had said that. I thought you might have a go at the bottom one, Islands in the Stream. That's Kenny Rogers with...
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton, yeah, would have scored 54 points. Say, Say, Say is Paul McCartney and...
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, yes, 10 points. Now, Endless Love, as I say, not Luther Vandross. It was... Do you know that one?
Lionel Richie.
Lionel Richie, yeah. 32 points, and the top one is the best answer on the board by a mile. Kick It by Peaches and Iggy Pop. And would have scored 2 points. Well done to the 2 of our 100 who got that.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of that round, I'm afraid it's Charles and Val we have to say goodbye to. I'm sorry, that was a pig of a category for you. I'm really sorry. Sometimes categories just fall perfectly, and other times they will fall quite a long way away. And I'm afraid this one fell quite far from home, shall we say. Charles and Val, the good news for us is we get to see you again next time, though. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. Charles and Val, lovely contestants. Thank you. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Jill and Nick, Dean and Richard. You are 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £5,500. Now, to decide which pair gets to play for that money, you're now going to go head-to-head. The difference being that you are now allowed to confer. And the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Well, best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns spouses of UK Prime Ministers. Spouses of UK Prime Ministers, Richard.
We're going to show you 5 images now of spouses of UK Prime Ministers. Can you name the Prime Minister they were married to, please?
OK, let's reveal our 5 Prime Minister spouses, and here they are. We've got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are, 5 Prime Ministers' spouses. Jill and Nick, you've played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
I know A and C, but they're the only ones I know.
I only know C, so if you know A, I'll go for that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll go for A, and her husband was, Gordon Brown.
Gordon Brown, say Jill and Nick for A. Gordon Brown. Dean and Richard, talk us through as many of the others on the board as you can.
The only one we actually know is C, and that's Tony Blair, but we don't think that's going to beat A, so we might have to guess.
What guess are you going to go for?
Should we guess Edward Heath's wife?
But who would that be, do you think?
I think it would probably be E, because at least that's more the age she would be. We're going to say E.
Edward Heath.
E, Edward Heath. OK, Edward Heath, say Dean and Richard. So, Jill and Nick have said Gordon Brown for A. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said Gordon Brown for that. It's right.
I nearly said
31.
Good start.
Dean and Richard have selected E as the wife of Ted Heath. Let's see if that's right. No, bad luck. Dean and Richard, famously unmarried Ted Heath. But anyway, there we are. That means after 1 question, Jill and Nick, you are up 1-0.
Let's look through the rest now. B, that is Clarissa Eden. That's a pointless answer. She's married to Sir Anthony Eden. She's Churchill's niece. She published her memoirs in 2007 at the age of 87. D, well, she was married to Churchill. That is Clementine Churchill. She would have scored you 11 points. And E is Audrey Callaghan, married to James Callaghan. And James Callaghan would have scored you 5 points. And C, of course, is Cherie Blair, who's married to Tony Blair, and that would have scored you 64 points.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. So here comes your second question. Dean and Richard, you get to answer this one first, but you have to win it to stay in the game. Best of luck. It concerns characters played by Bruce Willis. Characters played by Bruce Willis, Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 descriptions of characters played by Bruce Willis. Please, can you tell us which film those characters were from? Best of luck.
OK, thanks very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 Bruce Willis characters, and here they are. Harry Stamper saves the world from an asteroid. Jimmy Tedeschi is nicknamed the Tulip. Ernest Menville is caught between Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn. David Dunn is the sole survivor of a train crash. And Dr. Malcolm Crowe helps a boy speak to the dead. I'll read those one final time. Harry Stamper saves the world from an asteroid. Jimmy Tedeschi is nicknamed the Tulip. Ernest Menville is caught between Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn. David Dunn is the sole survivor of a train crash. And Dr. Malcolm Crowe helps a boy speak to the dead. There we are. 5 characters played by Bruce Willis. Dean and Richard, go first.
We're going to go with the third one, Ernest Menville. and the film Death Becomes Her.
Death Becomes Her. Death Becomes Her, say Dean and Richard. Jill and Nick, the rest of the board is yours. Talk us through it.
It's largely blank. Harry Stamper saving the world from an asteroid. I can't remember the name of the film. I know it, and I know the soundtrack and who's in it, but I can't remember the name of the film. Don't really know about Jimmy Tedeschi or David Dunn. I remember the film vaguely. The only one that I really recall is Dr. Malcolm Crowe helping the boy to speak to the dead. And that was The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense. OK, so we have Death Becomes Her versus The Sixth Sense. Let's see if Death Becomes Her is right. Let's see how many people said that for Dean and Richard. It's right. $17. And Jill and Nick have gone for The Sixth Sense. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said that. It's also right. 34. Well done, Dean and Richard. That's put you back in contention. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Yeah, very well played. The Sixth Sense is a wonderful film, isn't it? Isn't it amazing? One of only 4 ostensibly horror films to have been nominated for a Best Picture Oscar, alongside Jaws, The Exorcist and Silence of the Lambs. Let's take a look at the rest of these answers. Now, Harry Stamper saves the world from an asteroid in Armageddon.
He thought of it.
Oh, you thought of it, did he, just
late,
after?
yeah.
Yeah, that would have scored you 20 points anyway, so wouldn't have won the point. Jimmy Tedeschi is nicknamed the Tulip in The Whole 9 Yards, 4 points. And David Dunn is the sole survivor of a train crash, another film by the director of The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable. And that would have scored 13. So The Whole 9 Yards would have been the best answer, so well done if you said that.
Thanks very much indeed. OK, so it comes down to an exciting third question, the decider. Whoever wins this goes through to the final and plays for that massive jackpot. OK, our third question concerns mushrooms and fungi. Oh, yes, mushrooms and fungi. Richard.
This is a fitting way to decide it, isn't it? After all we've been through together. We're going to show you 5 names of mushroom and fungi commonly grown or found in the UK, but we've removed alternate letters. Can you fill them in and give us the answer? Good luck, both teams. OK, so here are mushrooms and fungi with gaps. F blank I blank Y, blank I blank G, blank H blank M blank I blank N blank N, C blank A blank T blank R blank L blank E, C blank M blank O blank, P blank F blank B blank L blank, H blank N blank Y blank U blank G blank S, and S blank A blank G blank, I blank K blank A blank. I'll read those again without the blanks. F I Y I G H M I N N, C A T R L E, C M O P F B L, H N Y U G S, and S A G I K A. There we are. 5 mushrooms or fungi. Jill and Nick, you go first.
Should we go as that?
Or honey fungus.
If you want to. Don't mind.
We'll go for the 4th one,
Yeah.
which we think is honey fungus.
Honey fungus. Honey fungus. That'd be a great stage name for someone.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Now, Dean and Richard. Do you want to just talk us through them?
So the third one down is something puffball, but I can't get the first word. The others don't ring a bell.
Can't think of a first one.
OK, number 3, Campon puffball.
Campon Puffball. He was in the same film, I think. OK, so we have honey fungus versus Campon Puffball. Jill and Nick went honey fungus. Let's see how that did. Absolutely right. 30 for honey fungus. Well done. Campon Puffball. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see if it'll beat honey fungus. Bad luck, I'm afraid. An incorrect answer, which means after 3 questions, Jill and Nick, you're through to the final 2-1. Very well done.
Yeah, you're going to kick yourself when you see that word, because it is puffball. It's common puffball.
Oh, no way.
Common puffball. It would have scored you 12 points. Would have seen you through. Would have seen you through. The top one is the fairy ring champignon. Would have scored you 2. Next one, Xander.
Chanterelle.
Chanterelle would have scored you 29, and as everybody knows, Honey Fungus versus Campon Puffball was directed by...
Shaggy Inkcap.
Shaggy Inkcap, yeah. 3 points if you got that.
Thanks very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid, Dean and Richard. Twice the bridesmaids, never the bride. I'm so sorry you've come this far. But this time, better than last time. I think it was 2-0 last time, but this time you've acquitted yourselves well. Edward Heath and Campon Puffball. 2 particular high points. But Dean and Rich, it's been lovely having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Great contestants. Dean and Richard. But for Jill and Nick, it's now time for our Pointless Final. Now, congratulations, Jill and Nick. You've seen off all the competition and you've won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our Pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £5,500. Well done, you. You have done incredibly well. And to think, in round 1, it all hung by a thread.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, yarrow. you see, Jill, it was Nick and his veg that got you through. There you go.
I appreciate this.
There you go. Mary J. Blige, great answer as well. And a really good performance in the head-to-head, so very well done. Now, as always, you kick off this round by choosing a category, and you will have 4 choices to choose from. They are the Grand National, Glasgow, adventure stories, and acts associated with Stock, Aitken and Waterman.
I would probably be more comfortable with acts associated with Stock, Aitken and Waterman, but you wouldn't have a clue, I'd imagine.
None of those make me think I know answers, so let's go with the one you suggest.
We're going to go with the acts associated with Stock, Aitken and Waterman.
OK, Stock, Aitken and Waterman it is. Richard.
I'm going to give you 3 options now. You can answer from any of these. Can you give us any top 40 single released by Bananarama, any top 40 single released by Jason Donovan, or any top 40 single released by Rick Astley, please? So any top 40 single by any of those acts or which had them as a named featured artist. Very, very best of luck.
OK. Now, as always, you have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you have to do to win that £5,500 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Now, remember, you can provide answers for any of those categories. It can be 1 from each, 2 from one, 1 from another, 3 from one, if you like. Just say which category it is you're answering. OK, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Well, Bananarama, I think, Cruel Summer.
Yes.
Love in the First Degree, I think, was one of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Donovan.
Something that was Technicolor or something at one of the shows.
Oh,
or not?
yeah, it could have been. Yeah, one of those. Rick Astley. Oh,
Yeah.
my friend Kevin would have known all of that. He's an Astley fan. I'm thinking more of the Bananarama things, I think.
I always wanted was that Rick Astley.
No, I don't. I don't know that one.
No, okay. Stick with Bananarama.
Never going to give you up with Rick Astley, but
That's
lots of
what
people
I'm
would know
thinking
that
of,
one. I think it's got to be the
yes.
unusual ones. So I think Cruel Summer and Love in the First Degree with Bananarama. Jason Donovan. How many broken hearts? I think he had.
10 seconds left.
I recognise that, but no, they sound like 3 good ones because I can't be of help.
Yeah, I think I'd go with those.
Fine, that's lovely. Yes.
OK, your time is now up. I now need to hear your 3 answers. What are you going to go for?
OK, from Bananarama.
From Bananarama.
Cruel Summer.
Cruel Summer.
Love in the First Degree.
Love in the First Degree.
And from Jason Donovan.
From Jason Donovan.
I'm going to go Too Many Broken Hearts.
Too Many Broken Hearts. Now, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Cruel Summer.
Cruel Summer by Bananarama. We'll pop that last, which is your least likely.
The Jason Donovan.
OK, yeah. Jason Donovan, Too Many Broken Hearts at the top.
Yes.
OK, let's put those up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Too Many Broken Hearts, Love in the First Degree, and Cruel Summer. OK, well, your first answer was Too Many Broken Hearts. Let's see if that's correct, and then let's see if it's pointless. If it is pointless, it will win you £5,500. Let's find out. Too Many Broken Hearts, is that a Jason Donovan single? Well, yes, it is. What it now has to do is go all the way down to 0. If it does that, you leave here with £5,500 in your pockets. Going down through the 20... Oh, 19. 19. So only 2 more chances to win today's jackpot of £5,500. Now, Jill, what would you do with that?
It's more water-related, I'm afraid. I'd quite like, with my husband, to go on a Danube cruise, so I think half of the jackpot would go a fair way towards that.
Good.
Thank you.
Very good indeed. Now, Nick, how about you?
A bit unusual. I want to get a solar-powered lighting system for my chicken coop.
I have heard some of those are brilliant. Very good. OK, well, best of luck. Your second answer was love in the first degree. This has to be correct, then it has to be pointless for you to win that money. So let's find out. Love in the first degree, is that a Bananarama single? It's right. Now, Too Many Broken Hearts took us down to 19. Love in the First Degree, taking us down through the 20s. Oh, it beats Jason Donovan. Look at that, into single figures. Still going down. Still going down. 3. What about that? This is getting very exciting indeed. Love in the First Degree scored 3. That's a great answer. Sadly, in this round, it's only pointless answers we're interested in. Now, your final answer was Cruel Summer. Let's find out. Is it pointless? Is that a Bananarama single? Yes, it is. Too Many Broken Hearts took us down to 19. Love in the First Degree took us down to 3. Now then, Cruel Summer taking us down into single figures. Still going down, still going down. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, talk about cruel. 1. 3 very good answers, 2 of them extremely respectable. Unfortunately, though, you didn't manage to find the all-important pointless answer, which means you don't win today's jackpot of £5,500, and that will roll over onto the next show. But it's been great having you on the show, and you do, of course, get to take home a pointless trophy each, so very, very well done.
Thank you.
Very bad luck. Let's, depending on which of the categories you went for at home, let's take a look at some of the pointless answers you could have had. Bananarama, Love, Truth and Honesty was a pointless answer. Their cover of More, 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 Move in My Direction, and Na Na, Hey Hey, Kiss Him Goodbye was a pointless answer. Well done if you said that. Jason Donovan singles, Another Night, Hang On To Your Love, I'm Doing Fine, and When You Come Back To Me also was a pointless answer. And Rick Astley, Hold Me In Your Arms, Hopelessly, and My Arms Keep Missing You. He's obsessed with arms, isn't he, Rick? But all of those pointless answers, very well done if you had any of those at home.
Thanks very much indeed, Richard. Well, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you, Jill and Nick, but it's been brilliant having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Jill and Nick. Well, sadly, Jill and Nick didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be paying for £6,500. Join us next time to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.